Hey everyone, this is OHxCORNGUY from Team Heavy, and I saw the Cards reserve pool list come out and just wanted to share my initial thoughts and reactions to it, as it is quite a drastic departure from the normal meta in some areas. There's a couple things to consider. First, we don't know all of the cards that are coming out in the Brothers in Arms expansion. So we won't know if there's suitable replacements for these cards coming out yet. So there's a little bit more things to consider. Let me go over it just to zoom in a little bit more on just the picture. One major thing is the research is gone. The research, all three researches and Spiring are being taken to the reserve pool. This will, I think this will be a big buff to mid-range type decks. Nukes and research have really prevented mid-range-esque decks from flourishing, just because if you develop a board and it gets nuked, well, you pretty much will lose. Along the lines, root out is going away. Empire strikes, so there's a lot of AoE going away, which will make mid-range a lot more playable if your entire board can't get removed. However, supply shortage monsoon rot is not going away, and as far as I'm aware, hasn't been touched yet going into this season. So decks that abuse monsoon rot and supply shortage will probably still be very good and hamper, be the main threat against mid-range. We know Brit discard will probably be still top tier, unfortunately, despite, shelling MI5, M15, Highlanders going away. You can still see the core of Brit German discard still being strong. So yeah, another huge thing is Feigned Retreat going away, and Desperate Measures as well is pretty big. That means the main draw engine of Feigned Retreat Jagro is gone. There's still plenty of other options for Jagro to be very strong, but that one type of, Jagro will have a lot of room to develop and change as a result of the main archetype going away. So let me go through the nations real quick and give my thoughts per nation. There's some cards that don't matter too much. Spitfire going away. I think there may be more Spitfires coming in Brothers in Arms, so this one going away isn't too bad for Spitfires, but I'm not sure about that. It looks mostly like the main things are the research, HMS Illustrious, shelling, and Empire Strikes. Monty shelling is one of the most frustrating things to play against, so if you just get rid of half of it, that's going to be a lot less frustrating to play against. Monty's still going to be very strong. I think Brit Air will still be very strong despite its AoE going away, but it will be a little bit more interesting. It'll be fun to try it out without Empire Strikes. This really is crushing to me, though, because I love Japan Air, and Empire Strikes is one of the core cards in Japan Air, along with Desperate Measures, but we'll get to that. So I think Brit will be still pretty strong. Brit German discard still looks pretty strong going into Brothers in Arms. Looking at Germany, it's nothing is too bad here. Root Out is notable. Research is notable. Some other cards, just depending on if you like other decks. I personally like Panzerzug, but also this Alpine card going away is interesting. I think Fast Heinz will be pretty strong based on these cards going away. You have a lot less AoE to worry about, and you really weren't nerfed too much by the reserve pool. Looking at Japan, you just have to rework your Jaguar lists. Maybe a Japan burn list, maybe a Blitzkrieg list, maybe a Japan Soviet or Japan US infantry based list. I still really like Japan Soviet counter offensive, but I haven't been able to play it too much recently. And you're still going to get slammed by supply shortage as it stands. US looks like US frontline is still going to be very strong. War Bonds going away is interesting. Choco Boys going away is interesting, but it's not the worst. Mobilization going away is interesting. And then obviously Research going away is huge. It looks like US ramp won't be too effective. Looking at the Soviet cards, Scorched Earth going away is very noticeable. Ura going away, noticeable. First Rifles going away. I think self-damage will still be very strong with counter-offensive instead of Ura. First Rifles, again, is interesting, but I still think, Soviet ramp will be playable. Self-damage will be playable. Soviet control still looks playable. Looking down here at France and Italy, Mare Nostrum is huge. It will make you think twice before taking Italy as your control ally. And Liberation and Viva la Resistance going away are both pretty big. That kills Brit resistance, possibly kills Japan resistance. We'll have to see going forward. Personally, I'm pretty upset because Brit resistance and Japan Air are two of my favorite decks, and both of them got hit pretty hard by this reserve pool. Hopefully they can, get some buffs with the Brothers in Arms expansion. So overall, it looks like a big win for supply shortage in Monsoonrat. Brit-German discard. Big win for mid-range type lists. German Heinz, US frontline, self-damage still look pretty strong, and I look forward to seeing what else comes in the expansion. All right, thanks everyone for your time, and stay tuned for more coverage of this new expansion. Thank you.